Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to be doing all the job missions. And then I'll take a little bit of a break from recording for Final Fantasy XIV, so I can do a couple things. I want to go through some of the dungeons I have unlocked, and gather some of the gear up and see if I can grind some XP as well. Once I do all that, depending on how much XP I got, I'll see about doing the job missions again. And also, while I'm off camera, I want to also try to work on the Grand Company stuff. See about getting some seals and getting myself promoted to unlock the squad. It's at a second lieutenant, I think. Just gonna double check, make sure everything's looking all right. Yep. Let's begin. Oh, there you are, Byrnjolf. Perfect timing. I've just heard a juicy bit of gossip that I know you're going to be interested in. Apparently, and remember, you heard this first from me, the Sultansworn elite are sharing the secret skills and training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultansworn have an exclusive monopoly on the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you weren't one of those officer track elites, then you had no chance to learn the arts. And competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed, let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Nordin Sultanate, which meant no more adventuring, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum. Just languishing about in the palace all day polishing plate mail. That sounds boring. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a bit of commitment can learn the skills of a paladin, and no memorizing the 55 commandments of the Sworn, or any other nonsense either. This is a platinum opportunity that comes but once in a lucky adventurer's lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers and regret will be your just desserts. You need to go to the Royal Promenade in the Hustings Strip. Find the captain of the Sultansworn elite, Genlins is his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin. Sorry, I had to fix my headset. Mainly because of my hair. Hair is really annoying sometimes. Chamber roll. Alright. Gentlemen, I've come to learn. Yes, I am Genlins, member of the Sultansworn elite and servant to the Nordin Sultanate. Unless my instincts deceive me, you have come to inquire about training as a paladin. If so, I would have your name, good sir. It's Byrnjolf Nordin. Byrnjolf, a fine name. I bid you welcome and salute your noble resolve. But if you aspire to paladinhood, you should understand what it means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. A paladin defends the people of the realm. Sellswords and gladiators, and others of their ilk, wield their blades for themselves. But a paladin serves the greater good. Do you understand me? The battle arts that the paladin learns have been held secret, nurtured, and perfected within the ranks of the Sultansworn for nigh on these 600 years. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards, and the knights, we are the elite of the elite. Our conviction unwavering, our hearts true, our sword skills without peer. But the glory of the Sultansworn, well, much of it is buried in the past now. Our brotherhood grows smaller by the year. We are a shadow of what we once were, and the Sultana turns to sellswords to defend her palace. All this because of one traitor. No, because of a blot of dishonor left by one who shall not be named. Voldemort. What's he doing in this game? And because of him, we have been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurers. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the paladin military arts. You will not be inducted into the Sultansworn, but serve as a free paladin. However, first you will show us that both your sword and heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins to the south of Little Alamigo, you will find an iron brazier. Light it, and the undead nearby will be drawn to the flame. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return and present to me their ashes as proof of your deed. Now, would-be paladin, show me the metal in your heart and steel in your blade. And it's just going to be this quest I do for the paladin. Chocobo border. I didn't know I could rename my chocobo here. Little Alamigo, please. Once I do this quest, I'll switch to the pugilist. Do all the stuff that gets me unlocked for the monk, and then I'll move to the thaumaturge and unlock the dark mage. Then I'll travel to Gridania. And I'll do the Lancer first, then the Archer, I think. And then the Conjurer. After that, I'll head to Limsa Limenza. Take care of the Marauder. Then I'll do the Rogue. Then I'll do the Arcanist and unlock both the Scholar and the Summoner. So I'll just play the Summoner. For some strange reason, something I noticed is that if you level up the Summoner, it levels up the Scholar as well. So I find that to be kind of funny. Alright, where am I going? Sorry, I had a bit of a frog in my throat. If you are in this place, searching for the undead, then you must be a petitioner seeking the secrets of the paladin arts. But make no mistake, simply learning paladin swordplay does not make you a paladin, nor does the armor you wear or the status you claim. I am just another aging-free paladin, but you would do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that blinds, and find the true path of the paladin. Here, you will be returning to the captain, yes? Then give him this crystal. The way you use that sword reminds me of a man I used to know. Mine eyes may be old, but they can't see the truth well enough. Be a paladin strong and true. Devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light. Back to Genren's we go. Face the undead monsters who infest the ruins south of Little Alamigo, in southern Thanalan, defeat them, and return with the proof of your deed. I already have. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you have defeated the undead. You have shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I have no doubt that you will prove to be an attentive pupil. That is well, for there is much to learn. First and foremost is this: you are a paladin now, a custodian of traditions ancient and noble. A free paladin has no master. Instead, he travels all lands, and in every place takes up the cause of the unarmed and defenseless. You swear fealty, not to a lord, but to yourself. Your nobility amongst adventurers. You have taken your first steps on a new path, and you have earned the right to bear this, the soul of a paladin. Upon its surface are carved the deeds of paladins of eras past. He who bears it commands the respect of all knights of honor. Bahamut's Fang! You already possess a crystal? And you say it was given to you by an unknown free paladin who told you to hand it to me? Where is the crystal of which you speak? I demand you show it to me at once. Curse him! He has made a mockery of the trial! That crystal you bear is indeed the soul of a paladin. But it is disgraced, impure. It was stolen from the Sultansworn. The man who gave you this soul is the very traitor whom I have been seeking these many moons. He is an oathbreaker, who bent the knee to the Ul'dan Sultanate, and who swore allegiance to the Sultansworn, who then single-handedly sullied our name and trampled it underfoot until it was lost, perhaps forever. How dare he give counsel on honor, on the paladin way? The soul is polluted, and I must dispose of it. When you come to wield your sword as a paladin, the only soul you may wear is that which is bestowed by a captain of the Sultansworn. That traitor is no Sultansworn, still less a captain. By giving you a soul, he insulted not only the Brotherhood, but you too. Perhaps an adventurer like yourself finds our rules nothing more than a nuisance. But through reigns long and short, our forebears and the Sultansworn have preserved its rituals and traditions, and we are duty-bound to uphold them, even if men and women within our own ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be named Captain of the Sultansworn in these troubled times. Though I did not ask for this honor, I have bent my knee to the Sultana and sworn fealty, and I will fight to restore our honor and name. You yield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to help me bring him to justice. You must ready yourself, marshal your resources, and hone your skills until the time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you are a paladin now, and honor binds you as surely as an oath. Okay, I messed that up. Now I have to fix my whole hotbar. Oh, it's you, Byrnjolf. I'm sorry, but I don't have anything to teach you. If I ever did at all. You're far better off training under Tututo. You'll find her over yonder. Just leave me be. I was so hopeful that seeing you improve in leaps and bounds would spur Master Hamon out of his doldrums. It seems more must be done. Perhaps the end result is not so important as the manner in which you get there. In other words, if you were to train precisely as Master Hamon once did, overcome the self-same trials that he did in his youth, I dare say it would stoke the fires of his fighting spirit. Listen well, Byrnjolf. Master once told me that he used to refine his combinations by provoking deadly creatures into unleashing their fury upon him. For this purpose, he often went to the southern part of Drybone to fight the hornet clouds there. To this day, the tree trunks that he struck to stir the vilekin from their hives bear the mark of his fists. I want you to seek out these trees and do as Master Hamon once did. Strike them with a bootshine combo and fight the hornet clouds that emerge. Once you have felled enough of the creatures to collect 3 of their stingers, return here and present them to Master Hamon. They will remind him of better days. I am sure of it. What is it now? Can't you leave a feeble old man in peace? These sharp appendages each contain a single drop of poison. It is, however, extremely difficult to remove one from the carcass of a hornet without the drop spilling. Hell's balls! These are hornet stingers! You train as I once did out in Drybone? Heh, those hornet clouds were right pesky buggers. I fair lost count of the times they stung me, though I remember the places well enough. The pain was nigh unbearable, but I always stood my ground. Ah, the memories of my younger days come flooding back, what I wouldn't give to relive them. Byrnjolf, I want you to fight me, right here, right now. Make me remember what it's like to be young again, to have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Ready or not, here I come. Make me feel good. Oh no. That'll leave a bruise. Have you no respect for the elderly? More, give me more. Starting to sound like Baldur. He leveled up again. Ha ha ha! Gods, I haven't felt this invigorated since forever. When I'm fighting you, it's as though I'm fighting my younger self. Mayhap there's still hope for these old bones. I'll make my comeback yet. See if I don't. Yeah. What are you doing, old man? Learn how to walk? You're Wegfar Wild Axe. Sorry, I had an itch. Ain't none caught me that in ages. Nay, not since the day ye defeated me on the blood sands. I gave up prize fighting after that for the humiliation, but it weren't long till I found a place in the Alacron. Your boy Rurukuta works for me now. Imagine me surprised when I learned he used to train under the mighty Holy Fist. But Holy Fist ain't nothing but a name these days, so I'm told. How do you sleep at night, knowing how flaccid you've become? What does that sound? Of course, if you're having trouble nodding off, you could always try a whiff of someness. I'll even give you a complimentary sample. But like as not, a doddering old sort like you won't ever wake up again. Shut your mouth, Wegfar, or I'll shut it for you. Now, let's be civilized for a moment, eh? We're old friends, after all, and friends help each other out. You mentioned making a comeback just now. If you're serious about it, I'd be glad to lend a helping hand. By way of motivating ye, how's about we have us a rematch? Of course, it take place in public, just like old times. Oh, and there should be a fitting purse as well. Let's say the winner gets the Pugilists Guild. What? That's ridiculous! Master, you're not obligated to take him up on this. Ah, this must be your little nursemaid. Rest assured, after I've taken over the guild, I'll keep her on as me personal assistant. Do you really mean to fight him? Have no fear, Chuchuto. Master. Byrnjolf, I don't mean to put undue pressure on you, but the fate of the guild rests upon your shoulders. I don't believe this. Listen to me, Chuchuto. I know I can do this. I just need Byrnjolf to keep getting stronger, as he's been doing so far. Fighting him reminds me of who I used to be. I'm confident I can be that man again. If you're feeling apprehensive about this rematch business, I don't blame you. I'm not blind to reality. If I were to face Wegfar as I am now, I'd be down for the count in a matter of heartbeats, if not lying dead in a pool of my own blood. But I'm determined to win, and I can with your help. Your presence sets my fighting spirit to raging, Byrnjolf. So keep at your training. I promise to do the same. When you've grown stronger, return here, and we'll both continue our lessons. I swear each time I see you, you remind me more and more of my younger self. At this rate, you're like to transform into a handsome devil before the moon's over. Now then, I believe you're here to learn. Unfortunately, I'm in no condition to teach. This is rather embarrassing to admit, but in my eagerness to prepare for the big rematch, I've overtrained and thrown my back out. I tell you, old age is hell's. If you're Chuchuto, we'll have to tend to you in my stead. It seems the prospect of facing his old rival has lit a veritable fire under Master Amon's backside. I am so relieved to see that he has a purpose again. The trick now is to keep a lid on his zeal, lest he injure himself. But let us speak of your lesson. When you are ready, come and meet me at Little Alamigo. I have a challenge in mind that you are certain to find stimulating. I've been waiting for you, Byrnjolf. Today your training will be to prepare for Master Hamon's training. I've brought with me a set of striking dummies, and I want you to deploy them at certain locations. Lest you think this task to be drudgery, the locations are rife with peril. Your skills will most certainly be put to the test. By way of advice, if you must approach dangerous fiends, lightness of foot is your greatest ally. Off with you now, Byrnjolf. Go set up those striking dummies. I shall await your return. I wonder if that's my headset dying. Thing is, I don't think they should be. I only used them for 2 hours, and they should be fully charged. Well, not fully charged, but charged enough, of course. Well, if they are gonna die, in theory, if what I've done in the past will work, I should be able to turn off the volume on my desktop, and it should still be in the the Streamlabs should still pick up the audio from the game. Is there a way to figure out how much battery is in my Bluetooth? I guess not. Okay, so I want to try and see if I can experiment with something real quick. Hold on a second. Because I need to see if, I need to see if the audio will still capture if my, speakers are off. So, I'm not quitting the game fully. I'm not stopping the recording, I mean. It's just, I'm gonna start up another game here and see how the volume is gonna go. And the only thing I can think of is maybe try and do the space engine. Only problem is it needs to update. So I'm gonna update it real quick. There we go. Let's hit play. Oculus Rift? Weird. Okay. I just want to play the game normally. Let's go to settings. Display, let's go to windowed. Did that not go to windowed? Hang on. Apply. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. Alright, it's capturing. Alright, so I'll exit out of there and I'll relaunch Final Fantasy. Yeah, we looking. I guess while I wait, I'll go plug in my headphones. What I really need to do is look into purchasing a new set of headphones. Anyways, let's get back to it. Excellent work, Byrnjolf. All that's left is to have Master Hamon come and train. What are you doing here? That adventurer is a negative influence on Master Hamon. I'm going to see to it he never bothers him again. Well, so I guess I had a clump of hair. Hey, never mind. What are you talking about? Byrnjolf's the best thing that's happened to Master in years. If you want a piece of him, you'll need to deal with me too. Why, Rukuta? Why are you so bent on bringing down Master Hamon and seeing the guild in ruins? You have it all wrong. I'm doing this for Master's own sake. It's true I left the guild for the shock of seeing Master in that pathetic state. And it's true I got involved with some unsavory types. But where else was I supposed to go? Me, a refugee without a guild to his name. But for all the ungrateful things I've done, I've never forgotten how Master Hamon took me in and instructed me in the ways of the fist. This is why I want him to give up his foolish notion of facing Gregvar. You don't know that man like I do, Chuchoto. Should this fight come to pass, I fear Master won't walk away with his life. It doesn't matter that Master has grown weak and feeble. I just want him to live, even if it means having him swallow his pride. Oh, Rurukuto, why didn't you just say so? But now that I know your mind, I can say with confidence that you have no cause to fear. Byrnjolf is not the plague that you think he is. It's his will to succeed that's inspiring Master to regain his former strength. And when the day of the rematch finally comes, I've no doubt he will wallop that odious Wegfar to the seventh hell and back. I pray you're right, but whatever happens, know that I cannot help you. Not where I am. Chuchuto, Byrnjolf, I leave Master Hamon in your care. Gods, that felt liberating. Trading blows with Rurukuta and learning his true agenda. A great burden has been lifted off my chest. Let us return to the guild, Byrnjolf. You've had your training, and now it's time for Master Hamon's. I'll definitely need to look back at the audio. Make sure everything's going alright. Anyways, the pair of headphones I was looking at was it's designed to go with the sound mixer I have. So hopefully those would be much better than the ones I currently have. Because the ones I have, I got for the PlayStation 4. And it was to replace the broken ones I had. But I ended up using it for the computer since I play on the computer more than on my PlayStation 4. Speaking of which, I think my PS4 is still in sleep mode. I should probably turn that off. I think I was trying to play God of War on it. Sorry, I got distracted and was going the wrong way. Welcome back, Byrnjolf. I am told you've kindly set up some dummies for me. But gods, man, did you have to put them in such dangerous places? To make matters worse, Chuchuto's hidden my grog and says I won't see a drop of it till I finish training. How the hell am I supposed to loosen my phlegm up? My phlegm now. That girl will make a fine guildmaster when the time comes. I heard about Rurukuta as well, of course. For all his shortcomings, the boy has a good heart. But while his concerns but while his concern is touching, I won't run from Wegfar. Not today and not ever. On that note, I'd best get ready for my little jaunt to Little Alamigo. If I can't face down a few mindless beasts, I'm in no shape to challenge Wegfar. Don't slack off, Byrnjolf, or I'll leave you in my dusty wake. And there's a nice green shirt. And I'll take the boots. I'm pleased to say I managed to find and thrack all the dummies. You did well to deploy them where you did, son. Thanks to you, I almost got killed several times. But what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, and I'm feeling stronger than I have in ages. As a matter of fact, I reckon I'm not far from regaining my former strength. One last step will get me there, and I'll take it by having another bout with you, Byrnjolf. I want you to meet me out in the Segoli Desert, at a settlement called Forgotten Springs. The place is home to the most luscious Mikote maidens that's this side of Eorzea. Gods, I can't wait to take in their lovely forms again. Yeah, I never talked to him again after that. Oh, he just says the same thing as before. Okay. Aren't they all technically the Noon's wives? Or something? I'm not entirely sure how Mikote tribes work and all that. Because doesn't it work like the orc strongholds you encounter in Skyrim? Where the orc chieftain gets all the women and all the men have to work. And they're not allowed to marry as well. yeah, the dapper zombies. I'm gonna have to do the Hildebrand stuff pretty soon. Well, since this is my time here, might as well grab that and this. Landscape takes me back, it does. Sand as far as the eye can see. Crystal clear spring waters cooling your feet. Scantily clad lasses giggling as they bathe and frolic. I well remember these things, but my body has forgotten the seamless combinations that earned me the epithet of Polyfist. That's where I'd have you enter, Byrnjolf. Exploring you is what first got me back into the swing of things. Now it's time to finish the job. But before we begin, some warming up is in order. I want you to take yourself across the dunes to the south and defeat 5 sandworms. I'll be waiting for you here. What? Don't I need to warm up too? Oh, don't you worry. I had mine long before you arrived. Those enormous buggers never knew what hit them. If you don't want to be outdone by this old man, you'd best run along and give them more of the same. Good job, Bobby. Oh, you're the... Aren't you the one I saw in town? Okay. You got out here pretty quickly. Alright, 2 more. No, wait a minute. It's a gold saucer, isn't it? Hold the phone. Oh my god, I think it is. It is! I didn't know you could see it from the desert. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't think I can get to there from here, though. Especially with what looks to be a gorge here. Ah, so you've seen to the sandworms? Marvelous. Now the real training can begin. Thanks to you, I've managed to get most of my stamina back. I'm confident that I can go the distance with the fittest of them. But if I am to defeat Wegvar, I'll need more than just endurance. I'll need to remember how each strike transitions to the next, and you're going to help refresh my memory by pummeling the sense back into me. Hit me with everything you've got. Hit me. I've got it. As the river flows to the sea, heedless of all that bars its path, so too must our combinations be. Oh, that even rhymes. Thank you, Byrnjolf. The raging torrent of your blows has been as a strike of lightning to my brain case. I remember everything. Master, it's Wegvar. The man is back in Nordin. He's demanding that you fight him now. So it begins. Very well. I will go to settle the score with Wegvar. He will be the first to know that the Holy Fist has returned. Well, don't wait for me. Can you get inside here? No, I think doors with signs like these mean no entry. There's probably some scantily clad maidens in there. Ugal, please. 10:30, I'm starting to get a bit hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast. I was thinking of going to Mofo's and getting something to eat. I went there once and the food was really good. I do wish we had a Panda Express here, though, where I live. We have one in another town, not too far away. It's about like an hour's drive there and back. I don't really want to just go all the way there. If I go out somewhere, I want to go out and do something. Besides just go out for food. I thought about going somewhere today. I thought about driving up to the Tri-Cities in Washington State, but maybe the only thing I would really want to go there for is probably maybe Barnes & Noble and maybe have a look at Blue Navy. Excuse me, not Blue Navy. Old Navy. I had no idea where I got blue from. And seeing what kind of clothes they have. Actually, one thing I should do is find shirts that don't have images on them. That look nice enough to wear at work. Alright, Wegfar, here we are. I didn't expect ye to come so soon, if at all. You sure ye want to go ahead with this? I'm a man of reason, and I'd sooner not have to hurt ye. Just give up now, and we can put an end to this mummer's farce. You can live out the rest of your days in peace. The only mummer's farce I see is a man trying to squirm out of his own self-wrought challenge. Well, I'm going to make you the same offer. Walk away, and you won't get hurt. Hey, they say Hamont Holyfist is going to perform his legendary technique. Right here on the avenue? Is it safe? Gah! I see age has robbed ye of your wits as well as your strength. Well, if you're so eager for pain, who am I to deny it to ye? Just remember there ain't no going back once your head goes flying. Just like old times, eh, Wegfar? Hurrah! Did you see that? Because I sure as hell didn't. He was too fast. No. This can't be. I refuse to be beaten by a senile old man. I think that's it. Whatever. Get your arses out here, all of ye. case you're wondering, that was Pluto. Just a draft of it, and your body turns hard as iron. Not even blades can pierce it. Stubborn bugger. Rukuta? But why? I refuse to fight on the side of cheats. Say your prayers to whatever gods you keep. By the time I'm finished, not even your mothers will recognize you. Where are you guys going? You did it, Master Hamon. You won. Master. No, Chuchuto. We won. The victory wasn't mine alone. Holy fisticuffs! That was incredible! You wiped the avenue with those crooks! I'm going to tell my grandchildren tales of what happened here. Our work here is done. Let's all go home to the guild. I want to thank you again, Byrnjolf. It's because of you I was able to rekindle my fighting spirit and conquer my demons. Perhaps even more importantly, Rukuta's come to his senses and Chuchuto's back to her bubbly self. Please forgive me, Master. I will have no more to do with the Alacron. I will roam the land till I find myself, and strive to become a great pugilist like you. You've only just returned and you're leaving us already? I don't suppose there's aught I can say that will change your mind, But if you ever want for company or a sparring partner, know that you're always welcome here. Youthful vigors, a truly blessed thing. Go well, my boy. There's not a doubt in my mind that you'll do me proud. As for you, Byrnjolf, your combinations were a sight to behold, and right painful to receive. In helping me with my training, you've come into your own as a pugilist. You have grown strong, Byrnjolf, but your journey as a pugilist is far from over. To get as far as I have, you'll have to overcome many and more trials and tribulations. And whatever challenges threaten to block your way, I'm confident that you'll be able to blaze yourself a path. So long as your spirit burns bright and your fists fly with conviction, there is nothing you can't achieve. I'm the living proof. Forge onward, young one, and create a legend for yourself never to be forgot. Now I have the monk. Tell me, do you know of Professor Eric? He is a scholar of Eorzean military history. He is a scholar of Eorzean military history, whose genius is second to none, and he is among our most valued clients. Some find him to be verbose, tedious, haughty, but never mind all that. The man spends more gil on a moon's research than most people see in a lifetime, hence our amicable relations. His latest work has him visiting the sites of ancient battlefields. He insists on surveying lands plagued by savage beasts. According to him, the beasts keep man away, and less intrusion. According to him, the beasts keep man away, and less intrusion by man means greater preservation. Whatever his reasons, should the professor meet an untimely fate, we will be unable to collect the gil he has borrowed, much less the interest. Oh, and it would be a terrible loss for the academic community, and so on and so forth. Yes. The point is, the man must needs be guarded. To that end, I sent a monk of Alamigo to see to his safety, but it turns out the bloody oaf has no work ethic about him, just like an Alamigan. Racist! You little racist potato! The professor cannot focus on his work if he feels endangered, and so as demanded, we assign him a new bodyguard. That's why I'm so glad to see you, Byrnjolf. The professor is awaiting his new escort as we speak, and I'd like for it to be you. You're yet a mere pugilist. Perhaps this task would provide some insight into what it is the monkhood does around here. Make for the Goldsmith's Guild, and there seek out our good Professor Eric. The professor claims he will pay his debt and the fees for his protection once his research is complete. See to it our investments doesn't end up under the paw or in the maw of some nasty beast. Ah, my punch-prone manservant, I presume. You may and shall call me Eric. You're to guard my life, even at the cost of your own, and aid in my revolutionary research whenever and however asked. Know that my primary endeavor is to reconstruct the military histories of old, through the ethereal analysis of ancient battlegrounds. I assume the words conjure in your simple mind romantic images of vast plains and open valleys, with armies charging blindly at one another. False. I seek to know where the armies of old were deployed, where they made camp and marched. No doubt you think much lands to be those sung of in the songs of bards. False. They are here, beneath our very feet, and to find them and determine precisely how events unfolded upon them is my purpose. No doubt you jumped at the chance to aid in my work. Tell me, which of my treatises have you read? All of none? Gods, I knew you adventurers had a reputation of being unlettered. I didn't know you actually made efforts to remain so. It matters not. I require only that you work with diligence. Unlike that Widgard, unlike that Widdergeld buffoon. Widdergeld buffoon. Okay. The man proved to be sloth itself. Alas, he is a monk of Alamigo. I suppose the fool was too busy opening his chakra, or whatever it is those barbarians do all day. I admit he seemed keenly interested in my research, but now he's gone off to 12 know where and has yet to return. Do you understand the sheer magnitude of this inconvenience? Good, good. You show that much promise at least, but let us speak more of my work. Our first destination is the Sildi excavation site in central Thanalan. I believe events of great import to the history of Sildi transpired there. Surely if you have ears, you have heard of Sildi. Or are you deaf as well as dull? Very well. I see you require some instruction. It would be remiss of me as an academic to allow you to wallow in such ignorance. Sildi was plunged into chaos in the wake of King Lalowifu's demise, or the King of Springs as he was known. Despite the success of economic reforms, fomented unrest among the people, resulting in violent outbreaks throughout the kingdom. Sildi has son at the time, the distant descendant, but the attack was ordered. And so, but the irony of ironies, but it hadn't been for that horse, but the fascinating, is it not? It is enough to convince one things could not have happened any other way. No? False. One among my colleagues disagreed with this interpretation of events. He claimed to have evidence suggesting otherwise, but all trace of it disappeared before it was published. Mine own research shall unearth any such evidence, should it truly exist. I shall know the truth. Granted, you are not the brightest coal in the brazier, but surely such a prospect entices even you. And so we make for the Sildi excavation site in central Thanalan. Travel the way before me to see that it is safe, and once there, set up this therometer. And should you ever care to know more of the Eorzean military history, do come and see me. It is a personal crusade of mine to guide the dullards of this realm toward some modicum of enlightenment. Can I actually do that now? Ah, an honest inquiry. That sad, wonderful moment when ignorant curiosity overcomes pride. Right, then let us begin. I need hardly mention that Sildine civilization is now centuries dead. Sildi was plunged into chaos in the wake of King Lalawifu's demise, or the King of Springs as he was known. Despite the success of his economic reforms, the tax increases he imposed did not sit well with his subjects. This, coupled with the prolonged sequence of untimely droughts, fomented unrest among the people and in time sparked violent unrest throughout the kingdom. Sildi was not alone in its want for water. Ul'dah, too, felt the effects of the droughts. The Sultan, at the time, Sasagan Ul-Sisigan, but perhaps you recognize the Ul name. The current Sultana, Nanamo Ul-Namo, represents the second Ul dynasty. She is Sasagan's distant descendant. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Right. So, Sasagan ordered an attack on Sildi to claim the water resources discovered as a result of Lalawifu's flood control acts. But the royalty and nobility of Sildi would not remain idle. They mobilized their nation in the face of this crisis, and the people fought with great tenacity against the Ul'dah threat. The full strength of both nations met in battle, and the end result was an arduous, protracted conflict. Though arguably more desirable than surrender, the ruling Sildine elite took little pleasure in having succeeded in uniting their four querulous citizenry to fight. For despite all they accomplished, every day spent waging the war dragged the nation's financial affairs, which you will recall had only just been brought under control, back into the mire. To bring an end to the long military deadlock, Sildi devised and set about implementing a perverse yet ambitious strategy. It sought to zombify the deceased among its army, and that they might fight again. At first it appeared to have worked, yet at the height of hostilities, the Sildines lost control over their necrotic creations. The undead turned on their masters, and before long, zombification had spread to a majority of the population. Ever knowing an opportunity when they saw one, the Uldans used this to justify their war, now proclaiming it a crusade to send these zombies to Thal. After seeing to the extermination of all zombies outside the city, they then sealed the gates of Sildi, entrapping both the living and dead within. And that, in brief, is a history of the fall of Sildi. And we pray that your feeble mind is able to retain it. So, from what I understand from the Hildebrand quests, that story is not entirely as true as we would think it is. At least I don't have to go so far away. I wonder if there's a comprehensive lore book somewhere about Sildi and Ul'dah and what they were before. Well done. Now we need only wait for the etherometer to gauge the point scent. There are fiends about, Byrnjolf. They are often drawn to the lingering sense of blood and death. Well, this is what you're here for. Have at it. Kick. Wittergeld. So good of you to drag yourself all this way, you purblind sluggard. And Byrnjolf, you have far exceeded what admittedly low expectations I had of you. I suppose introductions are in order. Far be it from me to deny the realms unread the comfort of one another's company. Wittergeld? Byrnjolf. Wittergeld. The monk I spoke of, sent to me by Gaguruna. I tried to make a pupil of Wittergeld as well, but he has little mind for history. His primitive beliefs in the witchcraft of chakra and spiritual energies have a tenacious hold on him. Oh, truly? This is the area where there have been sightings of walking dead? I have heard the tales. Some claim they've been an apparition wearing the garb of an ancient commander. Careful. There are still dangers about. His work is dear to him. That is good. He thirsts for knowledge, for truth. Discovery awakens him. You too have awoken, friend. Can you not feel it? Do not be frightened. Here was a battle, long ago. Much energy remains. It has found you. It flows through you. Your chakra has been opened. This was the light that shone from you. It is as Eric said. Wittergeld is my name. I am a brother of the monkhood. My order is the Fist of Walgr. Our way is to train the body and mind. The fist is our weapon. With it, we put down our enemies. The energy within us moves the fist. The chakra is the seat of that energy. It is a sacred place. It can be opened, and the life force within controlled. Chakra exists in all that lives, in all beings. Yet not all beings can open them. Much training is needed, and great discipline. With these, the life force be commanded. There are those who require no training, Their inner strength is such that it forces the chakra open. I have heard of this happening, but never have I seen it until now. I see in you great conviction. You mean to walk the monk's path, and so I will give you this, a soul crystal, the mark of my order. None but a monk may hold it, and only then with the order's leave. But your chakra is awakened. That is clear, and so you are worthy. Many bore that crystal before you. It remembers them, with their breath and their movement. They will one day be yours. Your chakra must open further. Only then can the crystal's memories enter you. This is no more than the beginning. Now you must train. Learn to control the life force within you. With time, you will master it. We stand on an ancient battleground. A great war was waged here. The spirit of the fight lingers. The ether reaches for the chakra. It aids in the opening. That is why the monks seek such lands. Eric seeks these lands for reasons of his own. The fates favor you in this. Follow him. Your chakra will grow. Your chakra will grow evermore. Professor Eric is leaving. Fear not, I will see to his safety. Please, brother, the etherometer. Gather it and bring it to the goldsmith's guild. For a moment, I thought that was the person I saw out in the wilds in the Sigoli Desert, but no, it's somebody else entirely. I do like the hood, though. Well, look who has decided to grace us with his presence. Did you enjoy the saunter back? I was just about to begin my analysis, so if you've matters you wish to speak on, I'd ask that you save it for... You've brought the etherometer. Excellent. I had a feeling you might not be entirely useless. Now, let us see what discoveries await. Byrnjolf passed along a soul crystal to you? Moved to join the monkhood by the bone-headed Claude, were you? Well, I suppose it is for the best that my pupils get along. But I do believe I will see to it you are sent to separate locations for the next round of measurements, and I dare say the land to which I intend to send you is fraught with dangers. You had best tread the monk's path quickly if you mean to defend yourself. And me besides. I think what I'll do is after I do the thaumaturges job quests. Good. Though I just realized I probably left some skills in it. God damn it. Hang on. There we go. Alright, looks like it was just the one. Yeah, after I complete the thaumaturges job quests, I'm gonna move on to Gridania, but I'm not gonna record that. I'm gonna make that a separate video because I would like to get something to eat. Let's go ahead and hit that. And then pump. Let's see here. Yeah, much when it comes to gear, do I? Well, I got a couple things at least. I really need a top and shoes, I think. Yeah. And a staff. Byrnjolf, you're safe. I feared you had fallen victim to the Maid Slayer. Have you not heard of the recent spate of gruesome killings taking place within Ul'dah? Each case involves at least one dead thaumaturge, and every corpse is found bloodied, battered, and utterly drained of etheric energy. Ill tidings aside, I am glad to see you alive and glowing with vitality. It is time for you to delve into the final chapter of the Yawning Abyss. Kokoboa, our second youngest sibling, will read to you from the Threat of Perplexity. Greetings, Byrnjolf. Are you once more prepared to peruse the pages of power and peril? Then let us begin. The Threat of Perplexity. Ah, how magnificent the daunting power we wield. Flames pursue, ice transfixes, and lightning dances into the ranks of our enemies. But what terror descends when from all sides those ranks close? Flames are smothered, ice crushed and lightning grounded. Know you this threat, and wear you the multitudinous foe. Is the point of this passage readily apparent? It would be most problematic, for example, should you meet this malefic Maid Slayer and he or she proves to be multiple murderers. What a thaumaturge needs is a thick-set thrall, a courageous companion to accompany him in case where collective cronies are expected. Now, as for your trial, Kokoboa, pray allow me to suggest a practical course for Byrnjolf's training. The town is buzzing with the news of yet more slaughtered thaumaturges. their mutilated bodies found fouling the waters of Nofika's wells. I would have Byrnjolf aid me in hunting down the culprit while the trail is yet fresh. Byrnjolf may have tolerated your interruption of his trial the last time, Boosie, but you are hardly the hardy henchman he needs to clear such hazardous hurdle. Your concerns are understandable, brother. If it would allay your fears, I can introduce Byrnjolf to a valiant warrior who recently entered my employ. You have secured the services of a stalwart swordsman? Then that would indeed be in line with learning the lesson of the day. Perhaps... Come now, Byrnjolf. Let us be about our business before Kookaboa has a change of heart. I will be waiting for you in Nofika's wells. Was that Kookabusi? The Rolfelt promised me a sack full of gil to do what I do best, and that's keeping all the attention on me. Ha! Ah, Byrnjolf, so good of you to come. My Rogaden friend here is the warrior I mentioned back at the ossuary. Now there's no time to waste. Why don't you head into the stream and examine the bodies of the slain mages? I would go with you, but with my delicate stomach, I fear I might contaminate the scene. Remember, you're looking for anything that might help us track down this killer. Did you uncover anything incriminating? The blood is yet slick to the touch. The slaughter must have been recent indeed. The villain may yet lurk nearby. Return to the creek where the bodies lay and linger for a time. I dare say your aura, saturated as it is with enticing etheric energy, will lure the maid slayer into the open. Have courage, Byrnjolf. Our burly companion stands ready to leap to your aid. It seems your partnership with our hired blade went splendidly. It is unfortunate, though, that one of the imps was able to flutter away. Oh, did you not notice? You wouldn't wish to report to Kokoboa with your trial but half finished, would you? Of course not. I'm afraid, however, that the rogue Aiden has already collected his recompense and departed for the nearest alehouse. What to do? Surely a thaumaturge of your caliber can handle a sequel imp, yes? If I'm not mistaken, it fled into that little cave over there. Hurry now, before it slips away into some hidden nook or cranny. Came very close to death there. Oh, did he teleport or something? I thought he was much closer. That is not Kokobusi. Well, it is Kokobusi, but a Kokobusi possessed by a void scent that escaped from Momo's urn. It was feeding on the etheric energy of all those slain thaumaturges. And you, my dear mana-rich Byrnjolf, were to be next. I have wanted to absorb your delicious power since the moment we met. A pity. This has been such an amusing charade. However, did you see through it? I am Kokobusi's brother. How could I not? It's time I destroyed you, Mormo, and put a stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures. A coward like you, destroy me? Your opening strike should have pierced my heart, but instead you aimed for the knife. Fear stays your hand. Fear that slaying me will also slay your sibling. Poor spineless thaumaturge. I shall, however, leave you with a pleasant thought. It was Kokobusi's fervent wish to amass this power. He craved the arcane strength to stand beside his brothers as an equal. What a shame that he must now stand against you. It pains me to admit, but there is some truth to that creature's words. I surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this. I have betrayed my own teachings. Return to the Ossuary and report the completion of your trial, Byrnjolf. I'll remain here for a time and gather my thoughts. I think that's like... I wonder if that's the first time the Warrior of Light came close to death in the actual story. Because I know there's that time in Stormblood and Shadowbringers. Byrnjolf! Kokobuki has advised me of your adventures. It seems the Mage Slayer slithered away, but your stint with the swordsman was nonetheless successful. Consider this chapter complete. Your time with our tome of teachings is at an end. Well, to be absolutely accurate, there is an addendum with additional advice, but Kokobuki considers it extracurricular. Even I dare not delve into those diabolical depths. I do not yet deign to die, you understand? I have yet to inform my brothers of Kokobusi's misfortune. I have yet to reconcile the maelstrom within my own mind. The most fundamental lessons of thaumaturgy demanded I slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike, minimal risk, and a victory all but assured. How many more will suffer from my hesitation and my cowardice? It will likely be some time, however, before Mormo resurfaces to kill again. Now that we have uncovered the deception, the Voidsent will seek a new hunting ground where Kokobusi's face is unknown. And though the respite may be brief, I must devote this time to considering my next course of action. Pray, leave me to my musings, Byrnjolf. These are not stairs. I'll take the 26 shoes. Byrnjolf. I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Kokobuki told us about the dreadful business with Kokobusi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokobuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty? Byrnjolf, long have I agonized over Kokobusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I've had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Mormo's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry of their collective findings regarding the wretched Voidsent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. You wish to learn of Mormo? Right this instant? But we barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating, even among the oddities of the Voidsent. She is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable post. You'll find it all explained there in the second chapter. If you seek the definitive work of Mormo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of Eld to annihilate the soul of this especially potent Voidsent. When it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure. You're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Of course. It would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the Voidsent. Here is the first chapter, mine own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence, and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. Use it now? No. Oh. Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Mormo? Here they are. The histories unearthed in the ruins of Sildee depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful void scent, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now-fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Mormo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormo's enervated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous void scent, freeing her to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host would be a swift and decisive demise. This explains Mormo's fixation on thaumaturgicide. Kukabusi's body provided little arcane sustenance for the weakened void scent, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of ether to restore her hideous power. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray, hand this work over to Kokobigo. I shall be along momentarily. This is a work devoted to studying that nasty void scent? I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. Kokobuki, these passages hold naught but misery and despair. It seems we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokobusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all. Who is the mad mage that poses as our eldest brother? What of avoiding the threats? Of eliminating the risks? Is that not how we thaumaturges do battle? With each passing moment, Mormo draws ever closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Kokobuki, while the void scent is yet feeble. I share that self-same sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon. Listen, brothers, for my solution is thus. In return for releasing Kokobusi from Mormo's thrall, I will offer the Voidsent the chance to glut herself on my mana. You cannot! That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken all her terrible magics. The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry, and the newly enlivened Voidsent, she will then face the combined wrath of Byrnjolf and 4 guildmasters of thaumaturgy. How can we hope to prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we held no advantage. The fault lies with me. Ever have I encouraged such avoidance, and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It is time we learned the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, Byrnjolf, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the yawning abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newer members. Undertake the trial found within and show my brothers what it means to be brave. How can you ask such a thing of poor Byrnjolf, when even his guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test? The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Byrnjolf, once you Once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in the hallowed hall of Thal's Respite. Well, I guess while I'm traveling, I'll do a little bit of cleaning around my room here. Okay, thank you. That should clear up some space. did they gonna say? Take something but spare me? Oh, there's Mr. Lever Guy. I'm definitely curious about the necromancy magic. That's definitely something I want to unlock. Do you truly intend to undertake this torturous test? Are you not terrified? There's still time to flee, you know. That's what I would do. Byrnjolf, why are you talking to me? You should... Oh, the trial has yet to begin. Of course, I knew that. I always thought that the trial of the hidden chapter was to avoid making the trial of the hidden chapter. Oh, was to avoid taking the trial of the hidden chapter. I regret having to drag you into our family's troubles, but I am confident that with the many and terrible trials you have bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skills of a single thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence. Oh, that's supposed to be Voidson? Final nightmare to the giant insect. I can't stop shaking. But I think this may actually be excitement. Do you see now, my brothers? With the primal energies of thaumaturgy at your command, there is no threat which you cannot overcome. Perhaps there is a chance to save Kokobushi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies. It seems we have been wasting our potential. I would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live. What a wonder Byrnjolf was. I feel my fingers itching to fling fire with a fury. Imagine, my siblings, what towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm together. Thank you, Byrnjolf. Your inspiring display of magecraft has set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let us now return to the guild and discuss what is to come. Well, it looks like Leverman might have died. Actually, I think the joke was that he ran off to recalibrate his rubber. What a formidable team you all shall make. Kukubigo, Kukubani, Kukubezi, Kukuboa, Byrnjolf, even Mormo must wither before the onslaught of your combined thaumaturgy. But before we engage the Voidsent, perhaps some time is needed for my brothers to unlearn their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself into the chasm of your studies. Your fearless thaumaturgy is as a beacon to us all. Fortune has favored us, Byrnjolf. Kukabusi has been spotted at Vesper Bay. We cannot let this opportunity pass us by. Head there with all due haste. And with you, take these descriptions of my brother's likeness to and Mormo's mannerisms. Relay this information to some of the local residents and see what you can find. Welcome to the Pissed Heist. Welcome to the Pissed Heist, love. What can I get you? Ah, information, is it? Aye, that little bloke was in here, bringing a blush to all the young maidens' cheeks. What he lacked in height, he certainly made up for in boldness. Left with more than one lass on his arm, he did. Business with me, adventurer. What do you do here? I'm the harbor master here at Vesper Bay. Our responsibility is to ensure that all is smooth sailing at all times. I pride myself on maintaining the best facility on the mainland. Ours is a bustling port, and without sound management, things would very quickly run to chaos. Alright. What's that, son? You say you're looking for someone? I believe I saw your Lullafell in the company of a couple of adventurers hailing from Limsa Laminza, a marauder and a thaumaturge. Were I to hazard a guess, I think they were talking about seeing the area north of here. Something I can do for you, stranger? Now that you mention it, I did see a Lullafell who matches this description. He was watching the ferries come in with more than a passing interest, looking to hire some adventurers, some such, I reckon. How long have you been here for? So Mormo has chosen this as her new hunting ground. The maidens seduced by the succubus will be prepared as vessels to hold her fully restored power. I fear they will have already been slain. As for the adventurers, well, I think you can imagine that Mormo intends for the thaumaturge. We must find and warn those unwitting Lamenzans before the void scent strikes again. We're told that they might be headed north, yes? It would be best for you to follow suit. Well, first things first, these bogies are in my way. Still here, somewhere close. Methinks, lad. Head, that little bastard said he would give us the grand tour of Uldar. Aye, it's been grand all right. Please, he took me mate further north. Think he was muttering something about Moondrip. Byrnjolf, what has befallen? I sense the presence of a void scent, but it appears you have things well on hand. Mormo is in Moondrip? A fitting place for the battle to come. It's time to finish this, my brothers. Kukabusi will be a slave to that fiend no longer. Is it normal to be this nervous? Me? Perfectly fine. Solid as an adamantos. The big battle at last, eh? It really is quite thrilling, really. Are you ready? You seem ready. I stand ready. Well, I stand anyway. I think I may have overindulged in either before we left. In ether before we left, excuse me. I shall approach Mormo first, as we discussed. If the bargaining proceeds smoothly, and the void scent feasts on my preferred mana, then she should soon manifest in her demonic form. Once Mormo is fully present within this realm, that is when you unleash the seething power of the abyss. Though after lecturing for so long on how a thaumaturge should avoid such threats, I yet hold doubts as to whether such a direct conflict is the correct path. Byrnjolf, in your experience, what do you consider to be a thaumaturge's greatest strength? Yes, there are none who can match our propensity for fiery ruin. We need not run from danger, but rather employ our unrivaled powers to incinerate all that seek to do us harm. I am decided. My fate awaits me. I have faith that, no matter what becomes of me, you shall succeed in destroying Mormo, ending her threat to this realm. And I'm guessing those are the maidens he lured. Just to be a conjurer and a bard. And this is the thaumaturge. Enough, Mormo. Well, well, if it isn't the eldest of the cowardly thaumaturge brothers, I thought you'd be busy whimpering under your bed, wishing that I'd just disappear. I come to offer you a deal. I know you seek etheric energy needed to substantiate your true form. But how much time do you intend to waste feeding on these lesser mages? Compared to these stripling sorcerers and their trembling arcane flames, my power is as a blazing sun. Would you not prefer to take what I can give you? Drain my strength, and assume your rightful appearance. I am sure you think me a coward, but that is of no consequence. I only wish Kokabusi returned to us unharmed. You are wise to acquiesce, mage. Well, at least she's alright. Hello, Mormo. At last, at long last, my true body, my true power is mine once more. I believe a stretching of the old arcane muscles is in order. Oh no, you don't, Void Sent. We won't let you leave here alive. So you risk your lives in a valiant rescue attempt? You should not bet what you are not prepared to lose. I shall tear the ether from your very marrow. There we go. Duty complete. We won? We won! Victory is ours! Kukubusi, Kukubuki! Mormo is dead! What? Where am I? Thank Thal you're awake, Kukubuki. Oh, wait. That's a different sentence. Thank Thal you're awake. Kukubuki! Kukubusi is returned to us. Our sibling has yet to stir from his somnolent stupor. Buki? His etheric channels have contracted. They are barely sufficient to sustain the flow of his life force. If we do not increase his capacity for ether soon, his vitality will drain away completely. My mana amplifying potion. Its potency is limited, but it just might be enough. See, the battle ended, as I expected. You did it, Kukubusi! Your alchemy saved him! And we would not have prevailed without you, Byrnjolf. We will bear our brother back to the ossuary. Pray, meet us there, that we might properly express our gratitude. Thank you, Byrnjolf. After seeking refuge in the comforting shadows of the abyss for so long, I had lost sight of the blazing glory of which thaumaturgy is capable. The raw power and audacity of your magecraft has freed my brothers and me from our self-imposed cowardice. I thought Thal himself and his fingers at my throat. Oh, I thought Thal himself had his fingers at my throat. But this sensation of hard-won supremacy is strangely satisfying. As for you, Kukubusi, you are our brother and our respected colleague. I hope you never again underestimate the precious power you wield. Byrnjolf, you have exceeded all my expectations. In recognition of your outstanding growth as a thaumaturge, I shall impart to you one of the guild's most closely guarded techniques. Mana Ward. It is a defensive weaving of energies that blunts the force of any attack made against you. I am sure you can understand why we do not teach the secret to every stray-heads wizard who chooses to join our ranks. Now that you have experienced the deadliest threats and the joy that comes with their obliteration, I am certain you are eager to explore just how deep you might descend into the chasm of thaumaturgy. May your struggles bring wisdom, and your wisdom bring courage. I, for one, look forward to hearing of your future thaumaturgical endeavors. And I can't even use any of this, so I'll just grab that. Now time for the final part, unlocking the Dark Mage. Byrnjolf, I've been waiting for you. In a way. Please, let me explain. Do you know of the Marasaja pit? It is a prison here in Ul'dah. In prison, a man will do most anything to keep his mind occupied. Of late, one inmate claims to hear the voice of Nordin. No doubt he has lost his mind after serving 100 years of a life sentence. But he knew of you by name, Byrnjolf, and maintains the traitor's demand you win the gem of Shatoto and exchange it for his release. A farce, no doubt. I make it for nothing more than the maniacal ravings of a cell-crazed, sweaty-toothed madman. But I fear the only way to be sure is to free him from the pit. The prisoner's name is Kukuruka Tataruka. And as if his story were not proof enough of his lunacy, he also styles himself as a black mage. But such magic was lost to Eorzea centuries ago. Who does the senile charlatan think he will fool with such rubbish? Nevertheless, he has invoked the name of Nordin, and so the Order feels it unwise to ignore his words. Though I am still no believer, you have come as he said you would. So let us get to the bottom of this, shall we? It may be that you are an agent of fate, or perhaps you are merely a crooked old man's accomplice. In either case, I ask that you travel to High Bridge in eastern Thanalan, seek out the planar fissure, a rift between this world and the next, fell whatever beasts might lurk there, and water the earth with their blood. According to our jailed mummer, doing so will give rise to the gem of Shatoto. The gem is no more than a pretty stone oft mentioned in bedtime stories and the tales of fairies. We shall see if it truly exists. I shall await your findings here. Return to me when the deed is done. Back to the lever bridge. Thaumaturge, hear me. Put up your weapon, friend, 'cause Og Cha means you no harm. So you are the one of whom Kukuruka's prophecy speaks. By your hand was the blood of these creatures spilt upon this earthen vein, was it not? Then you have earned this gem of Shatoto. Take it. You will know what to do with it when the time comes. With this, my part is done. Farewell for you. Farewell for now. What does my experience ring? That I need to replace. Man, I am so hungry, my mouth is watery. I am almost done. It's 12:30 right now. I underestimated how long this would take. Well, you certainly smell as though you've been off spilling blood, but it will take more than a waft of foulness to convince me you are an agent of divine will. I take it yours was an eventful journey? It is exactly as is described in the tales. Could it truly be the gem of Chateau? Sure be good. I can feel the magic pulsing within it. The tales tell that only souls blessed by the grace of Nordin are entrusted with the keeping of the gem. This is beyond mere coincidence. I must investigate further. And you must assist me, Byrnjolf. This now involves you as much as any other. Still, I cannot shake my inner skeptic. If Kukuruka somehow made contact with the outside world, he may be manipulating adventurers, such as yourself, for ends yet unknown to us. I will call an emergency council of the Order. Please wait here. That will not be necessary. Kukuruka, what are you doing here? How have you escaped the pit? Watch your tongue, you insolent fool. Master has passed a century in meditation communing with Nordin. You will address him with the proper respect. The jailers of the Marasage pit are very different from the heretics of your order. Suffice it to say, they had wisdom enough to listen. Must I remind you again, the will I speak is that of Nordin himself. The true criminal is he who ignores the words of a god. Beware, Kukuruka. The 12 seldom spare those who claim their voice. This mummer's farce will bring disaster to us all. The cause of the disaster to come will be no words of mine. Of that, be sure. Nordin spoke unto me. By his own declaration, the seal of the Void Gate will be broken. Once thrown open, it can be closed once more by none but he who bears the gem of Chateau. I speak of you, Byrnjolf Nordin. The gem you hold is the mark of a mage of the Black. With it in hand, you must now set forth to gather the keys needed to seal the Void Gate. Wait, you can't... you don't have the right to... I can't just let this happen. Silence, you hollow-pated prig. Those who do not listen shall not be heard. You take for yourself the title of thaumaturge, and so I will not suffer you to claim ignorance. You know as well as any of the existence of another world, rife with shadow and monstrosity. The Void. As the power of the Void waxes, the barrier between it and our own world wanes. Eventually the barrier will falter, and the Void Gate will open. Once it has, only the Black Mage of Eld can reseal it. This is sacrilege. As one who now commands the forces of destruction, I bid ye go forth, Black Mage. The gem of Chateau is our sigil, the mark of the Magi devoted to the true dark art. In it, you already possess the first key required to see the Void Gate sealed. You have taken the black, but time is needed before the black takes you, before it permeates mind and body and colors every fiber of your being dark as pitch. Visit Milvaneth Sequarium, and there hear the words of Lalay. He is angry. Do not fear the power to destroy. Master it, and with it destroy that which would destroy you. Is this the pit? No, that's the burial. That's the burial chamber. Milvaneth Sequarium, dedicated to the worship of Nuld, was extensively damaged during the calamity. Repairs continue, even to this day, to the great inconvenience of our adherents. Master is meditating in his chambers, for Nod Thal always speaks, and Master must listen. He has entrusted me with guiding you on your path, but you must walk alone yet. Come again when the black has grown stronger within you. Alright. And with that, we have fully gotten the Black Mage. So, next time I will play as the Lancer. So until that time, I will see you all later. Goodbye.